She-Rag got me.
Hit one and be so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and wanna see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that wanna keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay, look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, with the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. A moment ago, here was the scene, the Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Tanner Muse there defensively.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Hayden Hurst, originally drafted by these Ravens, a first-round pick in 2018. And he was sort of overshadowed by Mark Andrews, who was a 4th-round pick that year. So Baltimore shipped him to Atlanta the offseason in a package that wound up netting the Ravens J.K. Dobbins. Ryan able to get this to Gurley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
on first down. Ryan. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3 at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
Three yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Here's Gurley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7, Raiders nothing.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 50 yards.
And to Las Vegas.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Josh Jacobs, who won a national title with Alabama, on this field. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. It's Ryan. And he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, it's Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan looking deep for Julio. Double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there and a first down.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolutely perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders, and it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago, 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000-yard barrier. And this kid is a workhorse who can carry the football in any situation and catch it out of the backfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
For the Raiders.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
14-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Gurley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for jump, and this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Well, we've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the defense it does, but not for us who are watching it. And Julio, every time he steps on the field, you can just about mark him down for 100 yards. That's about his career average per game. But think about this. Getting in the end zone has always been a struggle for him. He gets the big yardage, but he doesn't get the touchdowns. Not this time. No matter how many people were kicked in coverage, he found a way to beat it.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Jacobs with a carry on 1st down as he'll get about 3 there before he's taken down.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Taken down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Eluding the pressure right. Catch made, it's Moreau. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 3rd down, Carr. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson, from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Carlson is good. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage.
That's caught at the 25. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Well, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Operating from the gun, Ryan, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes, and the Falcons will extend their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
To Josh Jacobs.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Raiders 17.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10. Throwing again. Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. An important play right here, third and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw on third down. Carr. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. From the 36, Ryan firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Gurley. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. To throw is Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. They're looking to throw, holding in the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. They go play action with Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Third and 2, now Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That gain on third down, good for 28. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
The tackle made by
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
brings up 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
From the gun, Ryan. Bryant with a catch right side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
First and goal.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him a more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Richard on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
He has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, it's Jacobs. He's to the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Carr gives to Richard. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Down at the 4-yard line.
So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They run it with Jacobs. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They begin with a run by Davis. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On 2nd down, it's Davis. He's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Mike Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
17.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
He was brought down by
Nigel Bradham brings him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
at the 30-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Carr's pass.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Here's Davis. He'll try and run some clock. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Ryan looking deep for Julio. That's caught inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, Davis. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change your name. I like your respect. Get it more than what I want.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Fires one, but incomplete.
defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
The Falcons send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. On the return is Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Josh Jacobs.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
33-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
Today's final score, Falcons.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Falcons, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's a disappointing way to lose your first game as they drop to 10-1 now on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.